Everybody's gone crazy. Where have all the dreamers gone? Or have we all just gotten lazy? Something's got to give. There won't be much life left to live. Please send a sign from up above. And if I gotta choose, I choose love. I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna make me hate. I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna take that away. Ooh, something strange is in the air. Seems that everybody's changing, and I can't find no faith anywhere. Seems it's been replaced with raging. Something's got to give. There won't be much life left to live. Please send a sign from up above. And if I gotta choose, I choose love. I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna make me hate. I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna take that away. No one can take that from me. I see what I choose to see. Reality is what you make it. So why would I ever choose hatred? I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna make me hate. I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna take that away. I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna make me hate. I choose love. I choose love. And no one can take that away. I choose love.
Welcome to the Progressive Action TV show. Y'all see, I love this message. We need more black billionaires. I love that message. So y'all go see me wearing this hat a lot on these shows. I'm waiting for some more colors to drop, but I got a lot of the trucker hats. We need more black billionaires. If you just now tuning in, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also on YouTube, because we only streaming now on YouTube. Me, Tremel Thompson, is only streaming on YouTube. I need for you guys to become a member of the channel. Join the channel. It's 99 cents a month to join the channel. When you're a member of the channel, you can comment while the video is happening live. And I see somebody done commented already. Shout out to Daniel Young, commented on the video. And we gonna get this rocking, man. Y'all see the name, the title of the show. The time is now to save our union. Not later. It's not next week. It's not tomorrow. The time is now. As we do every show, the phone lines are open. You could call up at any given time. The number is 563-999-3714. The time is now, ladies and gentlemen. We got to save our union. And you know Progressive Action is going to be in on that. And we got our first meeting in a long time. We back at Sugar Hill, people. Sugar Hill Restaurant, 217 Nostrand Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11205. When? August 19th. That's Saturday, August 19th. The time, 12 p.m. sharp. 12 p.m. sharp. Everybody want to ask me, how can I get involved? How can I do this? How can I do that? Well, you see it. We want you to be the change that you want to see. Y'all see the hashtag Save Our Union. Make sure that you there for this meeting. It's about time that we start firing up those engines and get it cracking. Man, we got some things to talk about today. Like, I don't know where this go take. You know, I don't want you guys to have bias remorse for voting yes for the contract. But that contract should not have been voted yes on. That's a fact. That contract should not have been voted yes on. And it seems as if when we say yes and our contract got ratified and the MTA board voted yes, and then now it's etched in stone, all of these other companies, it's seeming like they signing better deals than us. Right? All these other companies is like they signing better deals than us. And it's like, yo, I thought our union was powerful. You know, I thought that we were strong. I'm going to give you guys some examples of the things that I'm talking about. Here we go with one example. The bus operators in Boston, where Richard Davey or Davy, I don't really know how to say his last name. No disrespect. Where he came from, the starting rate for new bus operators is $30 an hour. $30 an hour. Right? They have their sign-on bonus. Let me make this a little bigger for you guys. Because we don't want to miss nothing. We don't want to miss anything. We just make that a little bigger. Look at that. $10,000 tuition reimbursement. $30 an hour starting. $7,500 sign-on bonus. They pay you at least $3,500 to $5,200 for your CDL training, right? But let's also look at this. Let's see. I'm gonna explain that a little later. MBTA, 30 hour. WMATA, that's DC, $29 an hour. These are starting. Right? CTA, Chicago, $28 an hour. MTA, $25 an hour. We number 4 in the country. LA Metro, $24.26 an hour. New Jersey Transit, $23.21 an hour. And SEPTA, $20.14 an hour. Now, it's cheaper to live in Boston than New York. It's cheaper to live in DC than New York. It's cheaper to live in Chicago than New York. How can our starting pay be $25.49? How can it be? How can it be? I mean, this is insane. Their cost of living is not high like ours. They can afford to live in a city in which they work off of top pay. This is a fact. We can't say the same at New York City Transit. We can't say the same. And that's a shame. That is a shame. Because, see, us in subways, we could compare ourselves to Metro North, Long Island Railroad, and things of that nature. There's not an alternative bus system in New York City, really, that the MTA control, where buses can compare themselves to. But if you look at, once again, what's going on all throughout the country, you will see that MTA is not doing too well. We just not doing too well. What is the union talking about, right? And then not to mention on that, because we're going to also go back to the UPS workers. The UPS workers, as you see right here, the new contract raises starting pay for part-timers to $21 an hour, up from the current contracted pay of $15.50 an hour, and includes catch-up raises for long-time workers. Full-time workers will see their top hourly rate go up to $49 an hour. Can we say the same for us at New York City Transit? Can we say the same? Y'all let me know. The phone lines are open, 563-999-3714. Can we honestly say the same? These are the discussions that we need to have, because what the MTA and the union collaborated on is to keep us in the dark, to make us think that, hey, you guys got the best deal. We're the strongest union in town and we're this and we're that, when they really not. They really are not the strongest in town. We are not the strongest transportation company in North America. I mean, let me take that back. We are not the strongest transportation union in the country. The wages that I just posted show you, obviously, they stronger. Now, the union will probably come back, oh, you know, they don't get this, they don't get that. Listen, money is king. Cash is king. Cash is king. They cannot secure us the raises that we deserve. And guess what? Like I told y'all time and time again, at the end of this contract, we're going to be poorer at the end of this contract. This is the fact. This is a fact. And I get it. You know, some people need that money right now. And let me make this clear. This is not done by accident. The MTA was setting up days like this by them undercutting us, by them executing economic slavery on us. They know that it was a matter of time, or it's going to be a matter of time, before they know that, yo, if we give them a bonus, that's all they're going to see. We give them a little bonus, that's all they're going to see. They're just focused on the money. We got them in a bind right now. We don't allow them to have dual employment. We've been undercutting them in salaries for a very long time because the union refuses to fight. So each year they fall behind. These bonuses are going to be more and more and more appealing to them. Because what we should have did, well, what the union administration should have did, instead of getting that bonus, they should have, because they over here saying, well, you know, the bonus is worth 0.5% or whatever they said it was. And that may be true, but it's not worth 0.5%. If you're giving it to us as a bonus, it's a bonus. If it's worth 0.5%, why didn't you get it in our wage progression? You could build off a wage progression. You're not going to build off of a bonus. They're not going to say next contract, we gave you $4,000 this time. Now we're going to give you $6,000 or $7,000 next time. No, they go come back with that same $3,000. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll come back with $2,000. And guess what? members are going to take it. See, people is not paying attention. People not paying attention. And I don't get it. I don't get it. You could see the MTA plays from a mile away, literally. Literally. And you could see the union's intention when it comes to these plays from a mile away. This union did not fight for us. You got to be delusional if you thought that this union fought for us this contract. See, members is not dumb. They not stupid. Most of the members. Because I believe if every member had an opportunity to vote, this contract would have been voted down. This union administration would not be voted in. And things will be different. But members have this mentality that my vote is not going to count. I'm a vote and nothing is going to change. That's not true. Things will change if you be the change that you want to see. And let me go back to this again. We're having our all hands on deck meeting at Sugar Hill, August 19th, 12 p.m. sharp. Make sure that you're there. Make sure that you're there. You got to be the change that you want to see. Make sure you RSVP. It's in the description of the video. It's a Facebook link. Let me know if you come in. Let me know if you just let me know if you come in. That's all I need to know. Right? We have to be the change that we want to see. Members is like they so beat down. They don't think as a collective. They think that their single vote is not powerful enough. That is the furthest thing from the truth. That's the furthest thing from the truth. Your vote is very powerful and is very important. And the only people who benefit from you not voting is the people who mean us harm. Have you ever seen Stand United get upset and say our numbers are low? Why our voting numbers are low? We need to change that. Have you ever heard them say that? Why would they say that if it benefits them? What would be the reason for them to say that if it benefits them? I need y'all to tell me something. It benefits them. And then they do all of these sleight of hand things. One major sleight of hand. If you notice, when it came to the city workers' medical benefits being changed, they didn't put it in a contract. They just tried to change it. And the other city workers, they sued New York City and got an injunction. The sleight of hand that they did with us was say, hey, the MTA was smart. And I think that the union was in bed with them with this. They said, let's put it into the contract. Because what people don't know is that if two groups, if the union and the MTA agree to something, and let's just say that there's a law on the books with it already. If the union and the MTA agree with it, that agreement is more powerful than the law. So the MTA was smart that they got the union to agree to Medicare Advantage, because then we can't sue them. We agreed to it in our contract. And the union fell for it. And not only that, the union started selling the MTA's narrative, talking about, oh, it's not the city plan. We been had it. Our plan is better. It's the furthest thing from the truth. Look, I want to bring this to you guys' attention. Retirees chair as New York City backs off September 1st Medicare Advantage deadline. And I want to read, shout out to Bob Henley for Work Bites, and I want to read this to you guys. New York City's 250,000 municipal retirees recently got a form letter from the Office of Labor Relations announcing Mayor Eric Adams' administration is no longer abiding by a September 1st deadline for the implementation of its Aetna Medicare Advantage plan, which the New York City Organization of Public Service Retirees has been successfully fighting in court. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Let me fix this real quick for you guys. Because I see that jumping all over the place. Let me fix this for you guys. Hold on, let me fix this for you guys. All right, it's fixed now. But this is what's going on, people. The people who fought the MTA won. I mean, the people who fought the city won. Our union went into collaboration with the MTA, and now we stuck with Medicare Advantage. Y'all can't tell me that that's not sinister. Y'all cannot tell me that that's not sinister. That's beyond sinister, right? This is how they sell you out, and they continuing to do this sleight of hand maneuvering with the members. They continuing to do it. If you got something on your mind, make sure you call in live 563-999-3714. It is as clear as day that the union administration is in bed with the MTA. So it's as plain as day, people. This is they are boldly selling us out. Like, it's not even like they trying to be like discreet about it. They like, yo, the members ain't gonna do nothing anyway, right? The members not gonna do nothing anyway. So we're gonna do what we gonna do. And that's continue to sell us out. That's to continue to sell us out. And they keep playing this sleight of hand BS, right? And like I said, it doesn't stop. It does not stop. I want to point to you guys a tweet that I seen today on a Local 100 website or the Local 100 Twitter. It says, our TWU union brothers and sisters at Metro North can strike legally after a federal process is exhausted. They aren't handcuffed by New York State teller law. Local 100 is trying to change that law. It's getting interesting. They are some scam artists. They are some scam artists, ladies and gentlemen. I'm about to explain some things to you guys. First of all, don't you notice that they put up a fight for the majority white portion of the agency more than they do the black portion? And then they create this sleight of hand. They the sleight of hand crew, go along, get along gang. 3-card Monty crew. They try to say, oh, Metro North don't have a strike option. I mean, they don't have a Taylor law, basically. And they could strike. Since when is the union afraid of breaking the law when the MTA break the law every single day? The MTA break the law every single day when it comes to us. Every single day. So we got this allegedly strong union, but they scared to death of the Taylor law. How does that make sense? How does that make sense, people? This is out of control. But I want to go back to that tweet for a second. And I want to focus on the part where it says Local 100 is trying to change that law. Let's get into that. Let's get into that. They trying to change that. First of all, let me say this. Why would the governor, the state legislators reverse the Taylor law? Why would they do that? That's just like an armed robber coming to stick you up. And then that armed robber give you the gun that they sticking you up with. That's literally what changing the Taylor law would do to the state of New York. The governor has full advantage. The Taylor law is definitely unconstitutional because it doesn't give the employer grounds to bargain fairly. The employer knows that this union is not going to strike because they're in bed with one another. And they know that if we do, there are going to be consequences. But what consequences are there if the employer does not bargain in good faith? Are there any consequences? I don't think that there's any consequences if the employer do not bargain in good faith. The employer do not have any incentive to bargain in good faith when it comes to the Taylor law. They don't have to. Especially when they have a yellow union representing the members, a company union representing the members. When you really examine this past contract fight, there was no rally at 2 Broadway. They had these little outings. That's what I'm gonna call them. They had these little outings. You know, we're going to take some pictures. We're going to pump our fist. We're going to say we're not going to take this. We're demanding that the MTA do something. Straight smoke and mirrors. Right? Straight smoke and mirrors. But with the MTA or with the union, with this sleight of hand thing, and let me show you guys what that bill is. I want to show y'all what the bill is. Right? So this is the bill. It's S5785, right? And it's sponsor memo bill number S5785, sponsor Ramos title of bill and act to amend the civil service law in relation to unlawful strikes by public employees. The purpose to amend the Taylor law in regards to unlawful strike summary provision section 1, right? That's the name of the bill that's in the Senate right now. That's what the union is talking about when they say, yeah, we got a bill in Albany. But let's get to the sleight of hand. See, they expect us not to do any research. They expect us not to look into things, not to think for ourselves. They expect us to follow them blindly, and members have been doing that. And it literally, it takes 5 minutes to debunk anything that the union administration say to show that they lies or there's a sleight of hand, right? So once again, and I want to pull that back up again. Let me pull this back up again. Local 100 is trying to change that law. I gotta put that in your head. Local 100 is trying to change that law. Right? That's what they going with. Now, if y'all notice, there's steps that is taken before a bill is passed. First it's introduced, and then it's in committee, and then it's on the floor calendar, and then it has to pass both houses, the Senate and the Assembly. It's right here. And then it's delivered to the governor, and then it's chaptered or vetoed, right? Because the governor can veto it if he or she wants, right? Why is this bill stuck in the committee, right? And if it's stuck in the committee now, it's August. If it's stuck in the committee right now, that means that this bill is possibly more likely dead on arrival. This bill is more likely dead on arrival. Now, what the union also is not telling you, and I want to shout out my guy in Signals. I don't know if he really want to shout out, but he's been doing some important work. I'm not gonna say who he is right now. If he want to call in and say who he is, if he's watching, he's been doing some important work. He's been making phone calls, calling assembly people about legislation regarding transit workers. What the union is not telling you is that Majority Leader Andrea Stewart Cousins has taken the bill off the agenda. I hope you guys heard right. Andrea Stewart Cousins, the Majority Leader up in Albany, she took the Taylor Law bill off the agenda. Tell the union to explain that. I want to remind you guys, we're going back to the union's sleight of hand. We're going back to their sleight of hand. They said Local 100 is trying to change that law. How are you trying to change that law when Andrea Stewart Cousins took the bill off the table? Why aren't you telling the members that Andrea Stewart Cousins took the bill off the table? This is a fact, ladies and gentlemen. This is a fact. And if y'all think that I'm playing, or if y'all think that I'm lying, I want to show you guys how to get in contact with Ms. Cousins. Right? Matter of fact, let me put the screenshot up. That'll be better. Let me put the screenshot up. And I'm dead serious. You could call her Albany office. You see the number right there, 518-455-2585. You could call her district office, 914-423-4031. You could call her, I guess she got two Albany offices, 518-455-2715, or call her New York City office, 212-298-5585. Call them. Now, I know y'all saying, well, Tramel, how does she have the power to take that off the table? She has the power. She's the majority leader. Right? That's just how it is. And to be quite clear, I'm going to show you guys the job of the majority leader. You see it right there. The majority leader, in consultation with the Speaker of the House and party whips, schedules bills for consideration by the full House and helps set the House daily, weekly, and annual legislative agendas. In the political arena, the majority leader works to advance the legislative goals of his or her party. Once again, legislative goals. Do you think that the Taylor law or them dismantling the Taylor law is a legislative goal for Albany? It is not. It is not. They would be foolish to voluntarily vote on something that would give a mostly black workforce power. They would not do that. The only way that we can change the Taylor law is if we have to fight it head on. And fighting it head on in Albany is not going to work. Not going to work. I promise you, that bill is not going nowhere. And I want to see something. I want to search something real quick. I want to know how much money, how much coat money did the union give her? I want to search that. If they gave her any. But even if they didn't, why aren't they challenging her on why she took the bill off the table? But they are so like behind the 8 ball and don't know what's going on that I guarantee you this will probably be their first time hearing about it. But let's see if they say something about it. Let me see. They say, oh, wait, hold on. I got to show y'all this.
CWU.
She's speaking at one of our rallies.
Westchester's over there, but I also can claim roots in Manhattan, where I was born. So Manhattan must be here. And I did grow up in the Bronx. My father worked as a car maintainer in the Bronx. And he was a proud member of TWU. And I say that often when I come here because I understand what you do, how you do it, and how important your work is to all of us. I want to thank John Samuelson, who is a tremendous leader and a tremendous fighter. And I want to thank all of you for being engaged every day in not only making your lives better, but making the people of New York's lives better. So thank you so much for what you do. When my father got up, he knew he had an important job to do. He knew that if he maintained the cars that the subways ran on, people would get to work and to places they needed to go safely. He took.
We don't need to listen to all that BS. But yo, how gullible is transit workers? Hey, I'm from the Bronx. Oh, y'all celebrate anything? That woman took the Taylor law bill off the table. And I want to show y'all this. I want to show y'all that. Yo, this game, this is a crazy game. This is a crazy game. I mean, the union I don't even know what to say about them, to be honest. To be honest with you, I mean, I don't even know what to say. But I want to pull this up for you guys. This is they waste no time selling us out. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. Everything is a trick. Everything is a trick. Everything is a trick with these people. But I want to show you guys this. What's this? Let me show you guys this. Yo, this guy is such an actor, man. But check this out. Of course, Miss Cousins was at this, and they tried to sell it like she is for us, right? She's not. She's not. That's why we got to take back our coat money. Let me go to let me see. President Richard Davis with Director of Operations Tony Utano and Secretary Treasurer John Chiarello went first, taking Monday to lobby key politicians in person. I have no faith in that team. Led by Political Action Director Charisse Dubois, the leadership team visited key players including Comptroller Tom DiNapoli, who expressed his support for fixing Tier 6, Senate Majority Leader Andrea Stewart-Cousins on our amendment to the Taylor Law. Y'all see that? Senate Majority Leader Andrea Stewart-Cousins on our amendment to the Taylor Law. Right? Why isn't the union telling us that Ms. Cousins took that bill off the agenda? Why isn't the union telling us that? Right? Why isn't the union telling us that? This whole thing is a joke. This whole thing is a joke to them. This is a joke. And I want to get back to her number again. I'm telling you, we have to get involved. We have to hold people accountable. Call all 4 of these numbers and ask them, did Miss Andrea Stewart-Cousins take the Taylor Law bill off the table? And also call her office, ask to speak with her, and ask her what's up with Tier 6. At this point, this is beyond embarrassing. But the union just today said, hey, we fighting Tier 6. One or two things, like I said before. They don't know that Ms. Stewart-Cousins took the bill off the table for the Taylor Law. Or they know that she took it off and they gaslighting us. No matter which one you choose, people, it's not good. It's not good. It's not good. And these are Democrats. I mean, if y'all like it, I love it. But if y'all cool with it, if y'all cool with them stripping us of our rights, if you cool with them stripping us of our health care, if you cool with them keeping oppressive work rules on us, I mean, think about it. We can't have another job because of some alleged fatigue. And you know, you got people that actually make the excuse, hey, why don't you just work a RDO and this and that? Nah. Because why would you work a RDO put that money on the same check so it could get taxed heavier. Why would you do that? If I can make $300 or $400 on another job, the taxes that come out of that separate check is going to be less. So you're bringing home more money than what you would do if you work in RDO. Because at the end of the day, you work all these RDOs and you work all these hours, the MTA is getting more service out of you than you getting paid. And they don't mind that. Because if you look at the amount of money that, or the amount of taxes that they take out of your check, once you start hitting 100 hours, 120, or like 140 hours, because some people do 70 hours a week to make ends meet. When you really look at the amount of money that you gross, and then after they take their taxes, they got like 2 free days worth of work out of you. So why would anyone want to put all that money on one check if they had the opportunity to go have another job or another employment? Ironically, managers who I believe they are safety sensitive, sometimes they got to go out on the tracks. They perform safety sensitive functions. They can have multiple jobs. Nobody never say anything about that. But when it comes to the people who are lowest on the totem pole, we can't. We can't. And that makes absolutely no sense. They don't give us the raises that we deserve. They tell us that we can't have other employment. When we do work overtime, they don't pay us our overtime. Sometimes they deny our slips. And that archaic way of timekeeping, that has to go. If you notice, they are upgrading everything around our jobs except how they pay us, right? That whole, what's the name of that thing that you got to swipe? The whole chrono system. The chrono system was only implemented not so they could streamline our pay. It was implemented because people on Long Island Railroad were still in time. So they just wanted to find another way to keep track of us. And even that's, you know what? Maybe I need to file a perp charge on that. Because that's illegal also. They can't have two methods of timekeeping for us. It's either we have to sign in, and that's it. That's the record of our attendance. Or we got to use Chronos. They got us using both. Maybe my next show, I'm going to do that. I'm going to show you guys why didn't the union fight that? Right? They upgrading the fare payment system. Right? They upgrading all these things. Matter of fact, let me go to the union. Let me go to the union Twitter. I want to go to the union Twitter for a second. I want to show you guys something. Elon Musk messed me up with this. Oh man, I can't sign. I ain't signed in from this computer. Elon Musk messed me up with this X. This X thing. I'm over here trying to find Twitter on my phone, and I forgot it ain't a bird no more. It's X. This is crazy. I want to show you guys something on Twitter. Well, what's going on here? I don't know my password. Let me see if I can get my password. Nope. Damn, that ain't my password. Hold on a second. I got to see what my password is. Well, I want to show you guys something. Like, this is they playing with us. Wow, how the hell that? I messed up my password. Hold on one second. Let me get this together. All right, let me see. Damn, what's up with all these codes? Now I gotta check my phone for a code. I mean, I like it. Somebody try to hack me, I catch them. Somebody try to hack me, I catch them. All right, I want to show you guys. I'm locked in. I want to show you guys. We go look at their Twitter page. The union Twitter page. See, look at them. They talking about Metro North and the strike, and Local 100 is trying to change the law. We already exposed them on that. They lying about that. Oh, this is what I wanted to show you guys. NYPD officers to focus on buses in targeted areas because the MTA want their money. Look at this. Some more. Matter of fact, let's listen to what they got to say.
They just want everyone to pay their fair share. That's the bottom line here. The union, though, has a bit of a different take on that. They say, listen, in their experience, people who are fare jumpers are also likely to engage in other types of crime, all too often targeting TWU members.
This initiative is good news for our bus operators. Our main issue is the onslaught of assaults and the harassment against our bus operators. They are the victims of horrible and cowardly abuse every single day. We know that fare evasion and assaults go hand in hand.
So some pretty strong words there from the Transit Workers Union on this.
That's some BS. They think that people who pay their fare don't assault people. Do they really think that? Let's continue to go down, man. Like, what else they got going on here? They supporting the MTA with infrastructure bill. They sitting with Senator Schumer. Senator Schumer, oh, I'm going to get hazard pay for transit workers. It's going to be in the next transportation bill. But look at them over there with Senator Schumer. I'm telling you, these people are pulling a fast one on us. And then they talking about the horses. There's absolutely no fight for the members on the union page. If you see how much they talk about the horses, and the horses is a whole other type of fight. Right? The horses is a whole other type of fight. They with that whole horse thing, they claim that they fighting for the immigrant workers, but they really fighting for the owners of the horse stables. the horse carriage drivers over there, they don't have workers' comp. They don't have vacation days. They don't have sick days. They don't have nothing, right? But the union makes sure those horses is good because the horses bring the money for the stable owners, right? Because these guys are millionaires. They got a lot of money. They bring in money to the stable owners and don't care about the drivers. But this is typical Local 100. This is what they do. They protect the bosses at all costs. They protect the bosses at all costs. Now, I missed a few phone calls. I apologize. Call back in 563-999-3714. Call back in 563-999-3714. I missed a couple of calls. I apologize. But the union, see, you can't even tell them apart. You can't even tell them apart. I don't know if to say union, MTA, you cannot tell them apart. I'm telling you guys, this thing is sick. I wish that I could show. Let me see. How can I search separately? To show you how much they talk about horses. Let me see. Let me see if that brings it up. Oh, nah, it doesn't. Oh, let me see. Is this it? Nah, I can't do it on the computer. That's strange. That is strange. But they talk about horses so much. They talk about horses more than they talk about the members. You don't never hear the union talk about, well, we want better working conditions for women on the job. The MTA don't respect women. They don't say nothing like that. They don't say anything like that. Everything is about protecting the bosses. No matter if you work for the horse carriage industry or you work for New York City Transit, they are about protecting the horse. As a matter of fact, I want to show you guys this. I'm telling you, this is all on the union. This is all on the union website. Look at that. They talk about horses there. And what's the date on that? July 31st. July 31st, they got editorials in the Daily News. New York City carriage horses are well treated. You won't find nothing about that. Look, more horses. I'm not playing. More horses selling fake contracts. There's really nothing. Them promoting themselves. More horses supporting other industries that striking when they're afraid to go on strike themselves. That's all they care about is horses and protecting man. And they don't really care about those horses either. You know, there's a lot of rules that go on with the city of New York, and they don't really care for the horses. What they really doing is protecting the owners of the horse stables, making sure that they get their money, because the union is all about protecting bosses. Yes, we are represented by they call it a yellow union. And for those who don't know what a yellow union is, I want to show you guys what a yellow union is. I'm not making none of this stuff up. Yellow union in the International Trade Union Rights or area definition of yellow union provided by whatever that is, a union set up and or controlled by the employer to prevent the establishment of a genuine trade union. We do not have a genuine trade union. We do not have a genuine trade union. We have a yellow union. This is who they are. This is who they are. And we don't care. The members do not care. But what are we to do? What are we to do? If y'all, like I said, if y'all cool with it, all right. I don't know how y'all think the future go look with you laying back like this, because yeah, the union administration is selling us out and we letting them do it. They selling us out and we letting them do it. This is crazy. This is crazy. If y'all watching right now, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Right? Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, in order to comment in the group, right? In order to comment, not in the group, but comment up under the video, you have to be a member of the channel. It's 99 cents a month. It's very little. Become a member of the channel and you will be able to comment on the videos, right? I think that's important. I want to see what y'all have to say. So if you want to have your voice heard, 99 cents a month, you could join by clicking on the channel. I don't know how it works on the phone, but if you go on the computer, it's right next to subscribe. You click join and you put in your information and you get the comment or whatever the case is, right? If you want to donate to the channel, you have, where's that? It's right here, right? It's right here. It's right here. It's right here. $ Progressive Action 100. That's the Cash App, right? But yo, we are in a world of trouble. We in a world of trouble because I don't know what it's going to take to wake people up. I mean, are y'all happy? You know, are you, because I remember, I ain't gonna lie, when I first came to transit, I was like, yo, I work for the MTA. I'm part of a strong union. I'm gonna be getting paid. Man, when I started working here, I said, what the hell is this? I mean, I love my job. You know, I love the idea that I could be in Coney Island 1 hour, in an hour and a half. I could be in Queens. I could be in the Bronx. I could be in Upper Manhattan. I could be in Harlem. Those are the lines that I like. I could be anywhere in the city, and like you go from one part of the city to the other, is different cultures. It's just different, right? So I love what I do, but I didn't like the politics of the job. I did not like when I was in school call, they taught you through fear instead of getting you really to grasp the information. Everything was, if you mess up, you're going to be at 2 Broadway. If you mess up, you're going to be fired. Management don't play this. They don't play that. You screw up. Everything was about big stick management. And I'm not taking nothing away from my instructors because I think they did do a good job. But they made it clear that the MTA do not play, especially while you're on probation. Right now, I don't agree with how school cars taught. I think that what's her name? I think that Kim Gibbs, she definitely knew about it because I brought it up to her one time, but she did nothing to change the culture of how school cars ran. Now, I don't know if it changed or if it's different now, but when just 10 years ago, I have 10 years next month. Just seeing how that changed, I mean, how I was brought in and I'm hearing other people, new people that's coming from school car saying similar things. I think that that's insane. We had a dude call in on the last show from the A division, you know, who went from conductor to train operator. And he said the same experience. So what is being changed from your introductory level to transit? What is being changed? Is anything being changed? Is they making it? Are they welcoming us without fear? Are they really trying to teach us the information? And the thing is with the TA is that they will put any TSS into school car. Sometimes they don't even give them a choice. Or sometimes TSSs will take school cars so they can have the weekends off and all that other stuff, right? In order to teach, just because you're a supervisor doesn't mean that you have the skills to teach. Sometimes teaching is an art, especially when you're dealing with the mechanics of our jobs. You have to get people that want to be there, not because of the perks of being in school car, but because they know how to learn. They know how to teach. There are methods to teaching. And everybody don't have those methods. And the MTA don't care. They like, hey, you want to go to school car? Fine. You go to school car and you just go ahead. You know, I think that when probationaries do screw up and when they do get in trouble, I think that it should be reflective on whoever their school car TSSs are. So there needs to be some type of checks and balances. Listen, if your student messes up while they on probation, we're going to hold you accountable. We're going to find out if there's something wrong in your instruction. And I'm not talking about these one-off misses of a screw up here, screw up there. If you go to 130 Livingston, there are probationaries down there every single day waiting for their discipline, whether they're going to be extended, whether the MTA is going to tell them that's it. But none of this, for some strange reason, none of this is reflective on the TSS. None of this is reflective on the TSS. And I don't get why. I just don't get how they are not held accountable from any of this. It makes no sense. Hold on, let me see something, guys. You know what I mean? I just don't get what's going on. I don't get it. Everything is on us. When it comes to the MTA holding their supervisors accountable, very far few in between. They'll hold supervisors accountable who don't play ball, but they won't hold a supervisor accountable who's a screw up, who they know means no well. They won't do that. But let it be a member. They ready to PDS you. They ready to extend you. They ready to take days away from you. They ready to do a whole bunch of things. And then another situation that the MTA is not addressing, and I spoke about this years ago also. There's a revolving door of new people who come here. This job, once again, this is not a career. Forget about what they tell you. Oh, this is not a career. This is a job. Sooner or later, this is going to be a job for teeny boppers, college students. So more sooner than later. They are not even trying to do anything to retain new employees. They're not trying to do anything to retain new employees. And I want to go back to this screenshot again. This is the T in Boston. They starting their new employees at $30 an hour. $30 an hour. That's how you encourage retainment. That's how you encourage people to take these tests, to fill out applications. There's absolutely no incentive for new people to stay here. They like, oh man, I got to give up my weekends for like the first five. I have to travel all over throughout the system. I have to worry about my life, worry about being assaulted. I have to deal with disrespect on both sides from the passengers and supervision. I can't smoke my marijuana. That's a big thing now. You think that these young people coming on this job is going to deal with all that, and then you tell them that they got to give up their marijuana? Woo! The MTA want to know why they got retainment problems. And guess what? The union don't care. The union don't care if our numbers decrease, if our union numbers decrease, right? The MTA found a way. They like I said, the MTA, they don't function in now. They function for 3-4 years down the line, 5 years down the line. And to give you an example, more members in the near future is going to be hopping to those bonuses. So what the MTA is going to do is that they're going to give us 2% raises and make the bonuses like $5,000. Knowing that the members will look at that 2% versus that 5,000, they see that 5,000, oh, I'm going to get that 5,000. Because the MTA already set up the play of economic slavery. economic oppression to make us want the money now, no matter how detrimental it is to our future. So by voting yes to this last contract, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a $4,000 raise. That was detrimental to your economic future because that raise is not, that bonus is not compounded. If we would have got it into a percentage, that would have been compounded. We could have built off of that. But they know that members are in positions where those bonuses are very attractive. And they have to take it. That's what's going on. And we not doing ourselves no favors by not participating in these so-called democratic systems that our union provide. 12,000 people voting in union elections, 12,000 people voting on contracts when there's 40,000 members here is insane. But like I said, the MTA, they don't plan for the now. The MTA set up their pieces to affect us 3, 4, 5 years down the line. And the union helps usher in that. So when they said, bus operators is going to be getting $2 more for Arctic, that's worth it for the MTA. The MTA thinking about the long run. First of all, I don't know how many times I have to say this, but you drive an Arctic bus, you knocking out a driver. Don't think for 1 second. Do not think for 1 second that these bus redesigns was for anything else to make sure Arctics could go down some of these blocks. Don't think for 1 second that wasn't on the MTA mind, the majority thing on the MTA mind. So now they got bus operators because, and no offense to my bus operator family out there, right? It's easy for the MTA and the union to come for y'all to smoke screen and mirrors y'all because buses is the only thing in town when it comes to the MTA. See, we could look at a station agent or a ticket agent in Metro North and we could compare it to a title over here. We could look at the engineer and the train operator title over there and over here, and we can make comparisons. MTA, Metro North, and Long Island Railroad don't have a bus subdivision. So you can't compare as a bus operator to say, hey, the bus operators in Long Island Railroad or Metro North get this, that, this, that, this, that. So you're basically in a bubble. What the union say, hey, we're going to give y'all this, we're going to give y'all that, we're going to give y'all this. A lot of bus operators is not looking at what's going on in other cities. They not paying attention to the landscape. So it's easy. It's easy to sell bus operators over everything than it is train operators and everybody else. It's super easy. But for the bus operators who's paying attention, and you look at these other cities, the MBTA, that's in Boston, they starting at 30 an hour. WMATA, once again, DC, they starting at 29 an hour. Chicago, CTA, they starting at 28 an hour. MTA is starting at $25 an hour. And guess what? Out of all of these cities that's listed on that list, we have the highest inflation of them all. New York City has the highest inflation of them all. How can the union explain that? Oh, what they gonna say? Oh, they pension, they don't got this, they don't got, it's BS. But it's easy to get the bus operators to do something because they don't have, like I said, bus operators in Long Island Railroad or Metro North. That's under the MTA umbrella, right? So when the MTA say, hey, we're going to give you an extra $2, now you're going to be making $4 an hour driving the Arctic bus. MTA, that's no money for them, because that Arctic bus is going to knock out another bus operator. It's going to save them around $70,000, $80,000 a year. It's going to save them probably another whatever health insurance costs. It's going to save them vacation. It's going to save them a lot. So that $4 per bus operator, only for seat time, which is crazy. If you drive an Arctic, you should get paid for the Arctic for the whole day. You should forget the seat time. You should get the pay for the whole day. And they don't do that. They don't do that. But it's easy for them to come at bus operators. And I mean, I just don't get it. The union is cool with attrition, right? They are cool with our numbers going down. Our members, the total number of members going down, right? The less members you have, the less money the union makes with union dues. What do you think that these Arctic buses is going to eventually do? They're going to cut down our members. They're going to make the buses weaker. But people don't care. They seen that $4. They like, yeah, we're going to get it. Now, a lot of people probably saying, well, Arctics can't fit in my depot. We not worried about it because, we ain't got to worry about Arctics. Do y'all know that the MTA are some of the biggest real estate owners in the city? Yeah, you may not have Arctics now, but guess what the MTA is thinking about? Buying land, buying space to put Arctic buses. Yeah, it probably can't currently fit in your depot now. That's absolutely true. Do not think for 1 second that the MTA is not planning to open up satellite depots to have workers report to these satellite depots to pull Arctics and do the runs. I guarantee you that they're doing it now. Like I said, all of this bus redesign stuff, giving bus operators more for Arctics, it's all a part of their plan. And by the time year 5 come around, you're going to say, Trammell, you was right. You're going to say, the union sold us out. But you also have to say, the majority of y'all have to say, I did not do anything to stop it. And for me, that's more alarming than what the union administration is doing to us. People only get away with what you allow them to get away with. That's what happens. And I say this all the time. I'm tired of the excuses. I didn't get a ballot. I made a phone call and they never sent me a ballot. I'm tired of those excuses. For the simple fact, if your check do not come in time, what are you going to do? And I've seen it happen to people. They call me, they make 1,000 phone calls. Then they say if they don't get the answer that they want, they going down to 130 Livingston 2 Broadway. Trammell, where I got to go? I got to get this with my check. Why don't y'all have that same energy when it's time to vote? Because guess what? That vote determines your check. Because if you vote for people who don't have our best interests, who's not smart, who's not interested in making transit workers' lives a day better, that will affect your check. And when you look at the current president of Local 100, what behind he was kicking with management? Like, what is his story besides going along to get along? Where is his fight? This union do not, I'm going to make this clear. This Stand United administration do not put people on who's not going to play ball. And I think that Samuelson and Utano are figuring that they made a mistake with Richie Davis. Because like I said, Richie Davis and Samuelson is not seeing eye to eye right now. That's what Richie Davis telling people. I spoke about that on the last show. But we keep putting people in positions that don't have no real record of fighting. They do not have a record of kicking management's behind. When I got to like year 2 on the job, my resume of fighting management surpassed theirs with 20 years on the job. This is a fact. This is a fact. But when we put in poor leaders, we're going to get poor results. Guess where the union administration is at right now? They don't want to upset y'all. I don't know why they're not promoting it, but they're in Puerto Rico right now having a good old time. They're having a good old time in Puerto Rico, San Juan in the summer, hot, beach, great food. I love Puerto Rico. You think that they advocating for transit workers out there? See, they do the bare minimum to make you think that they fighting for you. They would do the chants. They would put up the post. They would pump their fists. They do just enough so it won't be blatant that they having fun on our union dime. They would do just enough to try to obscure the fact that they selling us out. They having fun. While we back here busting our behinds. I mean, this is I don't understand how like people can just let this slide, man. I just don't get it. If the day that we decide to stand up, this union administration is going to have a serious problem, people. They're going to have a serious problem. I don't know why I'm missing these phone calls. But if you want to call in live, you could call 563-999-3714. I'm going to pay a little bit more attention to the computer. I don't know why I'm missing these phone calls, but you could call back. But at what point do we say enough is enough? Are you going to wait till this job becomes unbearable? Or are you going to wait to the bottom of the ninth before you decide to say, hey, Tramel, how can I get involved? I may not be here. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I never seen myself retiring from the MTA. I looked at the MTA as a chapter in my book. But I never seen myself retiring here. And I think that that's becoming more and more clear for me. This is just the chapter. There's no way possible that when opportunity knock, you don't take it. Right now, I'm in a fantastic position. I'm in a fantastic position right now. But with the MTA, I get it. For a lot of people, it's like a safety net. You know that you're going to have a job. You know that you're going to have you have a union. Even though this union sucks, you still have some type of protection. So this job provides stability for a lot of people. It provides stability for me too. But sometimes you got to just spread your wings and see what the universe have to offer. Like, I don't want to be 55 years old and think about that chance I didn't take to spread my wings. Here at the MTA, you know what they call spreading your wings? Going to take a promotional test and then becoming superintendent. That's cool. If that's what you want to do, that's cool. Salute to you. My 3rd year on the job, I got called to be a supervisor. That wasn't my desire. I could have easily took the route and say, hey, look, you know what? I just want to do what's right for me and my family. Let me just move up the rank. I possibly could have been a manager right now, because I know how to network. I know how to maneuver in different rooms. And I know how to leave my imprint, my impression. I could have been stopped this progressive action thing if it was all about me. I would have been making some money. I would have definitely been a manager by now and just took a different route. And I have some managers, high-ranking managers in the MTA, speak to me and say, Tramel, you could make change from this side, but I'm not interested. I like to be with the people. I like to be with the underdogs, because eventually we're going to win. I love this political fight. And I must do it not from the side of the oppressors. I got to do it from the side of the oppressed. That's where my heart is. And all of this fighting all throughout the years got a lot of important people attention right now. You see me put on my Facebook the other day, I'm having high-level conversations, vibrations and conversations. I can't even tell y'all the people who I'm on the phone with nowadays. I can't even say it, because that's just how I'm moving with this. But just believe it's happening. It's happening. And none of this would have been possible if I would have went the management route. None of this would have been possible if I took the selfish route. None of this. Like, I'm totally in a different light now. But my passion is still here with you guys, transit workers, the community, the passengers of New York City Transit. This is where my heart is. And that's never going to stop, whether I work for the MTA or I don't work for the MTA. But I said all that to say this. If I would have took the selfish route and I would have kept my mouth closed and just focused on promotions, focused on advancing myself in this company, I would not have been awarded this opportunity of a lifetime. This opportunity that I have right now it is going to amplify transit workers' issues. It is going to give me the opportunity to hold people accountable in the MTA. It is going to allow me to go on big platforms and explain the things that's happened here, because these things are already in motion right now. It's in motion right now. But if you have a desire or a passion for something, do not let this job stop you. Don't be afraid. Take chances, take risks. My whole time here in New York City Transit, I've been taking chances and I've been taking risks. Because whenever you decide to open up your mouth, it could lead up to you getting fired. It could lead up to you being targeted. Because this is how this company do. They want us to be obedient. They want us to be silent. They want to have big stick management on us. They want to embarrass us every chance that they get. Most of the people who's making decisions for transit workers never were transit workers. And the ones who are transit workers, like the actos, they don't stick up for us. They don't care. Because in their mind, they made it already. In their mind, we are peons and peasants to them. They don't care. We see it every day. We see it through policy. We see it through bulletins. We see it through how they communicate with us. They don't care. I know plenty of superintendents who I work with as train operators and conductors, and how disgruntled they were as train operators and conductors, and saying absolutely nothing as managers right now, which shows me that they're part of the go along, get along gang, because they are afraid themselves to open up their mouth. And when you choose silence, you choose the side of the oppressor. It's just how it works. There's no middle ground on this. When you choose silence, you choose a side, and you default to the oppressor side, not with the people. These people know what goes on here. I don't got to say no names. They know what time it is. I mean, and management is running wild. For those who don't know, management is giving people discipline and re-instructions and things of that nature from 2 years ago. Imagine that. They are so bold that they writing people up for things that happened 2 years ago. This is a fact. This is a fact. But once again, nobody don't care. Hey, as long as it's not me, I don't care. But as soon as something happened to someone, they want you to run for them. They want you to stop everything that you got going on and focus on their situation. All throughout my years of helping transit workers, And I give them the blueprint of how to stand up for themselves, how to fight back. And some people just be afraid. Some people don't really want to fight. They want to take it easy. They don't want to be targeted. And I understand that fear. But when you call me, you text me, Facebook message me, and you tell me you got an issue, the only way I know how to do is to go at management. So when you call me and let me know your problem, be ready to fight. If you're not ready to fight, call your union rep. If you're not ready to fight, just roll with the punches. Because I'm coming full throttle with these people. Whenever I feel that they trying to wrong us, I want to get even. And that's the position that we have to take. We can't play around with these people. They trying to take money out of your mouth every chance they get. Every chance that they get, they want to take money out of your mouth. They don't believe in mistakes. They don't believe in you having a bad day. Everybody have a bad day. Y'all seen the boxing match between Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford? I was going for Crawford all the way. Everybody knew that. But I didn't think that Errol Spence was going to get beat bad like that. I think he had a bad day. I knew he was going to lose, but not like that. But he had a bad day. And it happens sometimes. The MTA don't believe that you can have a bad day. They don't believe that you should be allowed the mistake. They don't believe that humans can make mistakes. I don't think that no transit worker comes to work and say, I'm going to make a mistake today. I'm going to make a mistake today. I'm going to purposely come to work to make this mistake today. But the MTA, the culture here, is very destructive to morale, and they know that. That's why they not trying to change this culture. They don't want to change this culture because it's working for them. And the union administration is not doing anything to adjust this culture. If you look at our contract that was just voted in, there's absolutely nothing in that contract to change the culture. There's an addressing discipline. Discipline is king for the MTA. There's nothing in the contract to change discipline. So it's fair to say that the union administration is cool with the culture here because they did nothing to change it. We see more changes to jail reform than we have the discipline in Local 100. Think about that. The union administration is cool with the destruction of morale. They are complicit in it. This is a fact. Action speaks louder than words. There's no actions on behalf of the union to try to correct the morale here, because by the MTA being destructive to our morale, it benefits the union. It does. It benefits the union administration, because if they know that they have a membership that's not engaged, we get the numbers that we get. 12,000 votes for a union election, 12,000 votes voting on a contract. That's only productive to the people who mean us harm on both ends, the MTA and the union. This is a fact. There's a reason why Local 100 has been ducking and dodging this live program for the past 7, 8 years. We launched in 2016, the radio show. There's a reason for that. They have their little sneaky chats. Oh, this guy don't know what he's talking about. This. Listen, I wish that Stand United had a program that they would take members' questions. I wish they had a program where they will invite me on to have a conversation about how they selling us out. But they do their little sneak this and they go to their depots. Hey, don't listen to them internet guys. The internet. But they ducking and running from the internet. They afraid to have these conversations in real time. They don't want no smoke with me or anyone from my team. And we're about to expand. There's some members doing some great work, taking the initiative to educate members. Shout out to my brother Mark Blaze, Flatbush Bus Depot maintainer. He's coming up with his own strategies. He's putting together change.org petitions. He's trying to engage his coworkers. And that's what this whole thing is about. This whole thing is about engagement. This whole thing is about getting members involved. This whole thing is about being the change that you want to see. That's what this is about. And not a lot of members like him come along. They come a dime a dozen, probably more than that. So we will be expanding soon. There's people I've been talking behind the scenes. And we are going to be the change that we want to see. We have to get involved. And please don't think that getting involved means running for a union position. I get it. Everybody is not built to be a union rep. Everybody is not built for that type of criticism, doing that type of work. Being a union rep is a huge responsibility. I know, I get it. The union reps that we got now, they don't know what the real responsibility is. They don't know the work that really goes into being a union rep. A lot of them, they learn on the job. And they weigh the odds. They say, hey, I'm going to learn this or I'll go back to my tools. Or I guess I'm going to learn this. And guess what? They don't really pick up the contract and read it. They don't really do their own research looking at inflation, cost of living. They don't critically think, because if they did, they would not have been pushing this contract. Everybody who was pushing this contract did not do their homework. Every single last union representative who was pushing this contract did absolutely no homework, no research on this contract. They did absolutely nothing. And the way that they learn on the job is that they do it through word of mouth. They ask, they make phone calls. Hey, how does this work? They don't take the time to know, to do their own research, do their own critical thinking, challenge other reps. Hey, I seen this law. I read this in PESH, OSHA. I look at this legislative bill. I research what they doing in Chicago, DC, Boston. This doesn't sound right. They don't do that. Everything is word of mouth. You know how much wrong information I got by listening to other people until I decided to do my own research? Do you have any type of idea the work that is put in for these things? I mean, this is insane. But once again, look at the results that we getting. Look at the performance that we getting from our elected reps. Are you happy about that? Yeah, you got some reps that they do their thing. Not everyone. I don't want to put a blanket out there and say that everyone, but there's out of like 120 reps throughout the whole union, there's about 5. There's about 5. Or let me take that back. I'm gonna be honest. There's about maybe I'll say like maybe like 10, but there's 0 that's rocking the boat. There's 0 who's rocking the boat. Every single last union rep is going along to get along and thinking about their own personal survival. Yeah, and they may be good people. They may be cool to talk to on the phone, hang out with, go get a drink, go get some food, take a trip with. But they all part of the go along, get along gang. Show me one union rep who's voicing their concerns about the future of our union and the state of our union administration right now, who's elected and released. Show me one who's publicly not happy with the state of our union. Show me one. Show me one union rep. There's one. And this person gave me some important information to move forward with my lawsuit. And this lawsuit is going to affect a lot of people was harmed. That fake page that's out there, they got snitched on. But there's not one union rep except the one that person didn't come forward yet. But y'all name the union reps that's out there that's not going along to get along. Who's making posts, who's making videos, talking about the state of the union administration. There's not one. There's not one. You mean to tell me that every single union rep in this union is happy with the state of our union administration right now? You mean to tell me that they are afraid to speak out against the current administration? No, it's not about them being afraid. It's about them being selfish about themselves. They don't want to go back to their tools. It's about their own survival. It's not about the members. Yeah, they would do just enough to make it seem like it's about the members, but you cannot be about the members if you're not speaking about the state of the union administration right now. You can't say that these systems within the MTA is messed up without holding the union representatives and the leadership accountable. We can't say that discipline is out of control when the union administration did not fight for it, this contract. We can't complain about workers' comp if the union administration did not fight for it, this contract. We cannot complain about morale if the union administration didn't fight for it, this contract. But they leave it up to us to do the complaining. And they don't even understand, if they was to complain, being on that side, they will be king. They will be king or queen. But not one of them is putting the members before themselves. Not one. And it's funny. It's fun. You can't tell me. You cannot tell me that they don't see nothing wrong with what's going on. You can't tell me that. That's crazy. All right? That's crazy. That's why we're getting back to this. All hands on deck. Once again, we're going to be at Sugar Hill Restaurant, our old headquarters. We go eat some good fish and grits, some pancakes, some bacon, some eggs. No, fish and grits is my favorite though. We gotta eat some good fish and grits. Sugar Hill Restaurant, Supper Club, 217 Nostrand Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11205. August 19th, 12 p.m. sharp. And like I said, what I need for you guys to do, make sure you RSVP. If you look inside the description of this video when I get off, it's a Facebook link. Hit that Facebook link and tell me that you're going, because Sugar Hill, they don't have that outside part no more. And upstairs, I was there like the past 2 weeks and it's hot. So downstairs is a nice size room and it's air conditioned. So I would need to know how many people are coming so I can make sure I have a seat for you. But you see on the bottom of this flyer, it says, be the change you want to see. Hashtag save our union. We have to save what's left of it, people. We have to. It's very important. If you got 10 years or less on this job, really, to be honest, if you got 20 years or less on this job, you got to get involved. You have to get involved. All Tier 6 members, you have to get involved. Because the way it's looking right now, we're not going to be able to retire at the age of 50, at 55, 25. The first Tier 6 retirees retire 2037. That's 25 years after it been on the books. Came on the books in 2012. You're not going to be able to retire financially. So what's going to happen? You're going to be working until you die. And that's their plan. Like I said, the MTA put things in place to ensure that you work to die. This is the honest truth. If you work to die, guess what? They don't have to give you no pension. If you work and you die after 3 years, 4 years, that's great news for the MTA. They don't have to pay you no pension. But the way that Tier 6 is currently set up right now, you're going to work to die. That's the honest truth. You are going to work to die. For those who are watching right now, please make sure to like this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, it's 99 cents to join the channel. 99 cents. If you want to donate, right there, you could donate to the Cash App. $ Progressive Action 100. I apologize to the people who called in. I missed the call. But I will catch you guys next time. Once again, all hands on deck. August 19th, Sugar Hill Supper Club. 217 Ocean Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. 11205. 12 p.m. sharp. Do not meet me there. Beat me there. I'll catch you guys later. Peace. And we need more black billionaires.